Okay, folks, this was a phone call I made to the Mike Francesa show on WFAN in New York and the Yes Network at 57 minutes into his show that starts at 1 o'clock. So 1:57 p.m. on Wednesday, July 7th. I was sitting on the beach and, thinking about this stuff, listening to Mike. And, this little epiphany came to me like a wave crashing onto the shore, if you will. I'd rather you not, but if you will. And, let's just listen to this. And I was up against the Sports Flash, so as usual, I didn't get the airtime I would have liked to have made my case the way I would have liked to have made it. But I'll probably make a lot of those points here and now after we listen to the phone call. So let's get to the phone call.
Dave in Atlantic City, what's up, Dave?
Hi, Mike. I understand your take on this, and I understand why it all makes you nauseous. It does the same for me, but you have to admit, obviously, and you have, it is fascinating in its own right, the situation. And I'm starting to think,
as Mike sits there and handicaps some race things,
right,
starting to think that they're all going to Miami. For a lot of reasons that, they don't look at this the way we do. Fans and even those of us in the media, we kind of look at it with our own set of criteria and whatnot. They don't look at it that way. I mean, why would you not want a dynasty in South Beach? It's an unbelievable place to live.
Now, I don't know anything. I'll be the first day I don't know what he's doing, okay? All right? I'm not trying to do. Let me tell you why, in my mind, I'm just going to use my
isn't Mike the greatest? Because we thought that you did know something, Mike. We thought you, LeBron, maybe some of his relatives, few people in his entourage, and then you were the ones that had the knowledge of what was going to happen here. But thanks for letting us know that you didn't really know anything. But or maybe a little birdie. A little birdie didn't tell you? But anyway, sorry. I don't mean to hate.
At this point, my experience to tell you why I don't think it'll happen. What you were telling me that Wade then did in his home franchise, where he's already won a championship,
right?
He will have taken under maximum money, and then he will allow LeBron tomorrow night to have the whole world to himself.
Sure.
Instead of it being a Three Musketeers deal, we're all going to play together. I gave up my franchise. I gave up maximum money. I gave up. He's only making $60 million if they all come. And I gave him tomorrow night to himself, and I backed off, and I'm that good a guy. If Wade turns out to be that good a guy, then someone should build a statue to him, because I'm telling you, that will be the most selfless guy who's a big star that you'll ever see. Because he would be turning his franchise over to him.
No.
He will have taken only $16 million. They say only. It's a lot less than he can take as staying there, getting max money. He can get a lot more than that being the guy. And then let him have tomorrow night to himself, when we're all going to be doing this together, and it's going to be him riding in on a white horse to save my franchise, when I've already won a championship here. He will be an extremely humble and very generous man if he does that. I will be very impressed if that turns out to be the case. I find that hard to believe. Plus, they've already announced Riley's not coaching the team either. If LeBron was coming, Pat would be standing there at the front door with his whistle. 2 o'clock, here's the Mink Man. WFAN.
No, I don't think Riley can do that again. Remember, he kicked Ron Jeremy to the curb, and that didn't turn out so well for him. I think his coaching days are over. Plus, he can't do that to Spoelstra again, to another coach. But he gets to preside over this whole thing, and put a few more rings on his finger as an executive. I don't think there's any problem there. And I'll sadly turn the camera on myself here to talk about this a little bit. I think what Mike didn't, the way he didn't fully think this through is, I think D. Wade's a little bit smarter than we all give him credit for, and so is LeBron and Bosh for that matter. I mean, Bosh's decision's easy. Bosh gets to keep to himself, leave the obscurity and the freezing cold in Canada for South Beach. I mean, that's not a tough move to make. It's kind of a no-brainer if there ever was one. And D. Wade, he's the incumbent here. He gets to stay home. you know, everybody gave something up here. Everybody's sacrificing something, whether it be a few million on the salary, which we all know they make that up in endorsements. But, you know, everybody gave up something, you know. So Wade did give up maybe a little something here, some of the things that Mike, you know, mentioned. And maybe he you know, his star gets diminished a little bit with LeBron. He doesn't get all the attention, but who cares? He gets to stay home. He gets to host this event, basically. And you know, he's kind of like the incumbent. You know, so he gets to stay home. He's already got the inroads and the roots there. You know, he gets to continue his love affair, you know, with that fan base. So essentially, he's the Derek Jeter to LeBron's A-Rod. Fucking Mets fan, K-Rod. What can I say? You know, so he's got Derek Jeter status in with that franchise and those fans. So, you know, he really has the least to lose here. Not to mention, he's already won a title. He already has that championship under his belt. LeBron is the one who has something to prove here and the one who stands to lose the most. So he's the one really taking the calculated risk, you know, if you want to call it that, because that team's going to be sick. And so there's not a lot of egos here, you know, and Wade is a humble guy. He's always been a good guy. And, you know, I think Bosh fits right in to that Florida, you know, environment. I could see him sunning himself on a rock maybe, because he is very lizard-like. He does, in my, you know, I think, resemble something from the reptile family. I used to think he looks a little like a raptor. But, you know, come to think of it, maybe a little bit more like one of those geckos, you know, like a bigger version. You know, LeBron, in this day and age, the world has shrunk due to technology and whatnot, and LeBron can market himself from anywhere. And you know, now he gets to play alongside a guy who has and deserves, you know, his respect and his trust on the court. You know, LeBron no longer has to do it all. I mean, this really is a true dream team. And I think it was in the works for a long time, at least among the particulars here. I think these three guys, you know, genuinely enjoy each other's company. They enjoy playing with each other. And I think this all started back on Team USA. I mean, I don't think I'm going out on a limb there. And I don't think that this is going to dilute LeBron's brand as, you know, Prokhorov, the bizarro Russian Mark Cuban Nets owner. You know, as he said, I don't think it's going to dilute or diminish LeBron's brand, because I think LeBron Inc., the company that is LeBron, it's too big now. You know, it's impervious to such, you know, minor influences and potential negative impact of such things as having, you know, Wade around him and not being his team. I mean, LeBron's LeBron, you know what I mean? And, you know, I think these guys really want to hang out with each other and play with each other, you know, on the court. And, you know, I think that's going to translate to some serious on-the-court chemistry. You know, shenanigans in the locker room, it all sounds very homoerotic, I know, but it's not like that. It's a bromance. It's, you know, basketball bro love. And, you know, playing video games. And oh, by the way, with South Beach as a backdrop for all this, I mean, you know, maybe we all overanalyze this a little. You know, hey, you know, we all want to play together. We ain't going to Toronto. You know, Bosh is like, oh, I understand that. You know, could come to Cleveland. Come on, you guys want to come to Cleveland? But, you know, it's Cleveland. You know what I mean? And Wade's just sitting there saying, you know, did he really have to lobby at all? I mean, come on, guys. I play in Miami, South Beach. I mean, y'all been here, you know? So like I said, you know, maybe we all overanalyze this a little too much. And, you know, was it really that hard to figure out? I mean, really? I mean, as perverse as this process has been for so many of us, as tired as we all are, the drawn-out media frenzy that this has become, you know, if you can just take a step back, and if you have the ability to look at this from the right perspective, removed from all the outside hoopla and sickening over-analysis, it's almost a nice little story. Almost, anyway. You know, it's not much different than, you know, what happens in pickup games out on the, you know, playground. I mean, I remember back in the day, I used to get down to the courts early because, you know, I wanted to hand-pick my squad and stack my team for, you know, a big run and just say, hey, you know, if you guys think you can beat us, put a team together.